Take two. Alright, so if you're probably well aware, Victoria is kind of screwed up. Victoria has definitely been not doing a very good job compared to the other states. Here Queensland is doing racing again, so is New South Wales. We don't really hear about the West Coast that much, so we don't know what's happening there. Give us a message if you want. It's up to you. Adelaide's doing lots of racing. I know that much. They did a pretty good job. But in Melbourne, we had a couple people screw up, and we've hit sort of rock bottom. It's not very good. Racing's not going to happen till 2021 at best. So training has taken a bit of a change. Training's taken a bit of a hit. We're pretty much stuck to local areas. I'd say 20k from home. I wouldn't say that. I'd say what I heard from the DHHS. They said 20k is you're pushing it. You're at the boundary. That's the barrier. 20k is the barrier. 15k is good. 10 is excellent. 5 is perfect. So luckily for me, I've got some really good areas within 20k's. I do feel sorry for some other people who don't have a lot next to them or near them. There are lots of places in Melbourne where it's not a very good place to ride a bike, especially in Melbourne CBD where they're getting rid of bike lanes. Thank you very much, Lord Mayor Melbourne. Thanks. But anyway, there's no racing, so I'm going to have to train for Strava KoMs. Yes, on this channel there will be some Strava KoM hunting. And yes, I'll be taking safety precautions, yada yada yada. In the future, there's going to be some good videos about my training for those Strava KoMs. So stick around, keep watching, like and subscribe to them, and enjoy.
Where do we go from here? We could go anywhere. Where do we go from here? We could go anywhere. Life has its ups and downs, twists and turns. It can be dark and cold, but if you want some open road, where do we go from here? We could go anywhere. Where do we go from here? We could go anywhere. There's a choice you made, to left and right. You didn't take 1,000 cities I won't see, and a million places I won't be. Where do we go from here? We could go anywhere. Where do we go from here? We could go anywhere.
Welcome to the video. Now we're at the commentary part of the video now, and the best part for Aiden to get this KoM, the easiest way he's going to get it is if he gets the lead out, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm on the front. Aiden's got the camera on his bike, and if you're going for the KoM, you get to have the camera on your bike. Now let's go through what you actually see on the screen. So I've been able to get some data overlay, and you can see the metrics. There's no point in having the numbers confidential if it's going to be all over Strava anyway, and be boasting about it all over Strava anyway. So on the left side we have my numbers, and on the right side we have Aiden's numbers. The top you see heart rate. The next one you see cadence and RPM. Speed is kilometers an hour. Then you see the map of Albert Park, and the blue dot is where we are. And then you see power at the bottom. And I do produce more power than Aiden, as you'll see, especially when he's drafting. Very exciting data point to have a look at as well. And then heart rate's heart rate. You know, heart rate's different for every person. RPM's also fairly self-selective, but it's fun to see. Speed is the thing we definitely wanted to keep an eye on, because speed is what gets you the comms. And the course is just for your personal reference. So we've had to start again, because to get the KoM, you need to have a green light so you don't get hit by a car. But also, we need to get a lead in, because the people who got the KoM, the person who's got the KoM, was going into the segment at 50 kilometers an hour. So to try and level the playing field a bit, try and even the score, as it were, we have to also do 50 kilometers an hour. However, we're assuming he had a massive tailwind, just because of his numbers and his heart rate and all the data that he had. If you didn't have a tailwind, if you're watching this, kudos, absolutely kudos. But we don't have a tailwind. It's a very still day, and so what's going to happen? The thing we have to try and do our best is just to outright be better on power. So hopefully we do get it. I'm on the front, as you can see, pedaling pretty hard. I did do a power PB on this ride, leading out Aiden. I'm only doing 50 kilometers an hour, which is disheartening to look back on, because I would have thought I'd be doing a lot faster. But it just goes to show that to get Strava comms, you need to have really good conditions. Good old Strava racing, hey. Can't do racing in the real, so we turn to Strava. Aiden did have a few things to say about this KoM. He was saying that this KoM is attainable and achievable. By his testing it by himself, he was able to get really close by about 4 seconds. He was also able to do bigger power numbers for the duration of the segment, which of course is massively motivating. But he wasn't able to get it. I think he needs that tailwind. And he knows for sure that if we do have the right conditions and a draft, that he'll be able to get it. We are moving into August, so it would be really good to do. And you can see that as I've dropped, you can see on the map where our locations are, and you can also see my speed and his speed and my heart rate. And Aiden maxing out at the 190s for this KoM. Power's pretty high. He was pretty close to getting a PB as well. And I think it ends about here. The segment's quite interesting, because it doesn't really start on the road, nor does it end on the road either. So it doesn't start on the road, it doesn't end on the road. That's what happens with old Strava segments. Sometimes they're just a bit dodgy, and you have to. Some of them are just really funny with all of that. So that was our Strava KoM attempt. Aiden trying to go for gold. I'm trying to give him his lead out. Hopefully, I'll be the new Matt Goss or Mark Renshaw. And Aiden, I don't know what Aiden wants to be. So we'll see how it goes. But we'll definitely be back. Brian Darby, if you're watching this, bloody kudos, mate. But eventually we'll get it off you. Trash talking starts now. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. More of these to come. There are more. There's no racing for at least another couple of months, so there's gonna be more Strava KoM hunting for at least another 3 months. So stick around.
Here it is. What's the bet we don't have it? And it's just going to be like...
Ooh. Did we get it?
What? Oh no.
No.
Hang on. Third fastest.
Damn it! A second or two.
We did it today in 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
What? Shame. My cool glasses couldn't even get it either.
How was that, huh? Was that good? Wow!